When 5 wives with suspicions of infidelity in their husbands gathered for the first time, one of the betrayed wives pulled out a tablet linked to her husband's messaging app. On it, exchanges between the cheating husbands were displayed. A message read, "How about a trip next time? Of course, all of us. My family owns a spacious villa." Another husband replied, "Sounds great. Let's all go." "Sounds good. Let's all go," replied another. Furthermore, another husband stated, "A trip with just the guys. Being unmarried is the best." Everyone chimed in with "Sounds good," and "Seriously the best." From there, plans from the trip began to take shape in the messaging app group. While showing the tablet, one wife turned pale and said, "This means each of them will bring their respective affair partners, and we'll be a group of 10 on the trip, right?" Upon hearing that, I felt a surge of anger rising within me. A group infidelity trip with 10 people. What are these guys thinking? I'll definitely bring them down to hell. Our counterattack is about to begin. My name is Amelia, and I'm a 34-year-old part-time housewife. I met my husband, William, through my friend Karen's introduction. Karen and I were close friends from the same club in college, and despite working at different companies after graduation, we remained good friends. Around when I was the age of 28, Karen suggested I meet a junior colleague of hers. That's when I was introduced to William, 2 years younger than me. As Karen had previously told me, William was a bit of a goofball, but he had a cheerful personality. I gradually started to like him. Karen, too, was dating William's colleague, Samuel, and the 4 of us often went on double dates. Later, Karen and Samuel got married. William and I were invited to Karen's weddings as best friends, and a year later, William proposed to me. When we were getting married, William told me, "Let's build a happy home together." Yeah, with you, William, that seems possible. "I want to make our wedding as fun as possible." Of course. We have to invite Karen and the other couples. At this time, I was indeed surrounded by happiness. However, after starting our life together, a dark cloud quickly loomed over our newlywed days. Despite both of us working, William did no household chores. Despite my nagging, he only gave me a bothersome look and never helped. He often argued about household matters, and the married life I imagined became distant. After being married for a year, William started coming home later and later. He even said he had to work on weekends and holidays, leading to a noticeable decrease in our couple conversations. I was troubled about what to do. One evening, out of the blue, I was summoned to a bar by my close friend, Karen. Since I received a message from William that he would be late that day, I decided to meet Karen, seizing the opportunity to spread my wings. Long time no see, Karen. It's been a long time since we've seen each other since we got married. I cheerfully greeted her, but she seemed strangely serious. Thank you for coming, Amelia. What's going on, Karen? Why such a gloomy face? Did something happen? Amelia, has everything been going well with William lately? Asked this, I momentarily choked on my words. Can I say that everything is fine when he's uncooperative with housework and our home life is in chaos? Why are you asking such a thing? Did something happen? Then, as if resigned, Karen handed me her phone. On the screen was something like the playback interface of a video. What's this? It might be shocking, but take a look at the content, Karen said, looking down. I nervously clicked play. It showed the figures of 2 men from the shadows of a large potted plant, and their conversation was clearly audible. Hey, William, how's it going with your wife lately? Oh, you don't need to ask, right? Not at all. She's so annoying, telling me to do housework. I mean, we're married, so shouldn't the wife do it? It was undoubtedly a conversation between my husband, William, and Karen's husband, Samuel. Despite the shock, I continued watching.
It's the same everywhere. Karen's also annoying, you know. Just because I got promoted, she acts high and mighty at home. She doesn't know about gender equality. We might have been at a loss marrying older women. Exactly. Just getting older and more annoying.
William and Samuel were excitedly bad-mouthing us and laughing together. Even that alone was shocking. But then, William spoke up.
Dealing with the grind of office life, getting bossed around at home. We need some relief, right? You got it. Ugh. Don't want to see Karen's face anymore. Can't wait to see Diana. I'm grabbing a meal with Nola today. Not just food, huh? You really caught that receptionist, huh? That's where I shine. You've had your moments with Diana too, Mr. Sales Department's charmer.
They share vulgar laughs. Nola? Diana? This conversation, is it what I think? The next moment, Samuel's words confirmed my unsettling suspicion.
But no one would imagine we're having an office affair, huh? You got a wife at the office and you're still doing this. That's where the thrill is. Of course, we can't let it be discovered.
My hands were trembling as I realized. An office affair? And both William and Samuel? Their conversation continued.
By the way, did you know? Our juniors, Mark and Jeff, in the sales department are also hooked up with some girls. Seriously? All I know is that the receptionist is dating Bill. Bill too? Mark, Jeff, and Bill are all married, right? How much are they fooling around? Right. Let's go for drinks with Mark, Jeff, Bill, and us. We'll call it the Cheating Husbands Club. Sounds good. I'll invite them next week.
The video ended there. I stared in shock and looked at Karen. What does this mean? William, Samuel, and I are in different departments. So 3 days ago, a junior from my department went to the break room and overheard this conversation without them realizing. My junior, understandably upset, recorded a video and reported it to me. Karen said, with a tired expression, and I responded with a trembling voice. We need to confront them immediately. It's unbelievable, both of them having an affair. Wait, Amelia, calm down. Even if we confront them, the evidence is weak. It's also an internal issue, so we need more confirmation. Oh, I see. For now, I plan to inform the wives of Mark, Jeff, and Bill. If we do that, we might collaborate to gather evidence. Of Mark, Jeff, and Bill, Karen is acquainted with Mark's wife and has her contact information. Since Mark's wife seems to have connections with Jeff's and Bill's wives, Karen will rely on Mark's wife for further steps. If they have the Cheating Husbands Club, then we'll have the Betrayed Wives Club, right? With a wry smile, Karen continued. We disbanded temporarily, returning to our respective lives. I wasn't sure how to face William, and his frequent absence honestly helped. The following week, the Betrayed Wives Club came into existence. The wives of Mark, Jeff, and Bill, watching the video, were shocked. To add to it, Mark's and Bill's wives were pregnant. I felt sorry for them, knowing we unintentionally delivered such a blow. Unbelievable. I had no clue. Tears welled up in Mark's and Jeff's wife's eyes. Then Bill's wife informed us. It seems like the Cheating Husbands Club has already taken place. They've created a group on the messaging app. Huh? You saw messages on your husband's app? Yes, he syncs his smartphone with the tablet. He was coming home late, so I had my suspicions. Take a look at this. Bill's wife took out the tablet. The content was as follows. William.
Thanks for today. It was fun.
Everyone responded to it. Samuel added,
But seriously, it feels great that we're all doing the same thing.
And everyone agreed. Mark continued,
Let's keep this going. By the way, how about a trip soon? Of course, with everyone. I have a spacious villa at my family's place.
Then Jeff responds,
Sounds good. Let's all go.
Bill also said,
It's a trip with 5 guys. It's great that I don't have a wife.
Everyone said,
I love it. Great.
And so on. From there, travel plans began to be made on that messaging app. Showing the tablet, Bill's wife with a pale face says, From the conversation, I had assumed they were going with just the guys. So, when they say everyone, does that mean each of them is bringing their affair partner, making it a total of 10 people on this trip? Then Mark's wife puts in a few words. Indeed, my husband's family is wealthy and they own a villa near the sea. This trip is undoubtedly happening. I could feel the anger boiling up inside me. A group infidelity trip with 10 people. What on earth are they thinking? I'm going to make them suffer. No doubt about it. At that moment, Karen suddenly started laughing. Has she finally reached her mental limit? To ease our concerns, Karen shares her thoughts. Why not? Let's gather solid evidence during this trip. We'll keep them in the dark until the trip, and then settle the score. After that, we created a group for the cheated wives on a messaging app and decided to exchange information while collecting evidence individually until the day of the trip. I acted as if everything was normal at home, so William seemed oblivious to anything. After a while, William informed me.
Hey, I'm going on a trip next break.
What? With who? Where?
Samuel and 3 of my juniors. One of my juniors has a vacation home.
Oh, really? Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a guys-only trip. Isn't it great?
I smiled mischievously while observing my cheerful husband. And the day arrived. I took the wheel and the 5 of us traveled by rental car to our destination. There was a famous tourist spot near the villa, and Mark's wife suggested they might go there. So we headed in that direction. Mark, Jeff, and Bill's wives waited in the car while Karen and I disguised ourselves and explored the sights. Suddenly, we spotted a lively group ahead. It was them. Each of them walked happily, arm in arm with their respective partners. Karen and I captured plenty of photos and videos of them. Soon, they began taking pictures at famous tourist attractions. After each couple had their picture taken, the men took a picture of the men, and the women took a picture of the women. Of course, I also captured those scenes on video from afar. Then suddenly, my cell phone rang. It was a message from William, along with a photo of only the guys saying, "Guys only trip is awesome." When I asked Karen, she mentioned Samuel had sent a similar photo. As soon as we posted this in the Cheetah Wives group, we received a prompt reply from Mark, Jeff, and Bill's wives. Got an obvious camouflage photo from Karen. Thinking this won't be discovered is pretty amusing, right? Seriously, they're all too foolish. Karen and I exchanged glances and couldn't help but laugh. From there, we waited for the night to fall and finally moved near the villa. In the villa's living room, the uproar of the 10 people began. Afterward, they moved to their respective rooms as couples. This was confirmed through footage from surveillance cameras at the villa, obtained by Mark's wife. After about 30 minutes using the key Mark's wife had, we infiltrated the villa. Each of us dramatically opened the door to our respective husband's room. In front of my eyes were the seemingly happy couple. I immediately captured that scene in a photo.
Oh, what the? Amelia, why are you here?
The cheating partner, panicking, screamed and hid her body in front of my frantic husband. Similar shouts and screams can be heard from each room. I angrily yelled at William. "Come to the living room immediately. Right now. Hurry." William, flustered at my words, led his cheating partner to the living room. In the living room, each husband and their affair partner were assembled, dressed only in underwear. We, the betrayed wives, tried to make them sit on the floor. However, Karen's husband, Samuel, vehemently refused. In the next moment, Karen swiftly delivered a punch to Samuel's abdomen. "Ugh," he groaned, dropping to his knees. "Well done, Karen. Being the ace of the karate club pays off," I said with a smile, and Karen responded, "But Amelia, you're a black belt too," and laughed. In our university, we were both members of the karate club. They turned pale and stopped resisting when Karen and I cracked our knuckles. Seeing 10 people sitting on the floor in their underwear was quite an unusual sight. "Now, shall we get them to confess? What were you all doing here?" As Karen declared this, Samuel responded nervously.
This is a misunderstanding. It's all a mistake."
All the betrayed wives glared at Samuel, and in a mosquito-like voice he confessed.
We were cheating."
We then had each of them admit to the affair one by one, and we recorded them on video in turn. Some of the affair partners even burst into tears. "Well then, shall we proceed, everyone?" I said with a smile, and Karen and Mark's, Jeff's, and Bill's wives each took out divorce papers from their bags, presenting them in front of the husbands. From that point on, it was truly chaotic.
"Please, spare us from divorce. Forgive us, this wasn't our intention."
Screams and cries resembling despair echoed in the room. Amidst this, William pleaded with me.
"Amelia, are you serious about divorce? I don't want that."
"Huh? Finding me annoying, aren't you? Regretting marrying an older wife?" When I showed him the video I received from Karen, William froze.
Why even this?"
"I know everything. I've had enough of you. We're getting divorced. Be prepared to pay the $30,000 for the alimony compensation."
No way."
William looked at me with a tearful face. Then I looked at his affair partner. "Nola, the receptionist, I'll be claiming from you as well." I don't want that. I can't pay." "Then let's go to court. I'll make sure you pay." Looking around, after settling matters with each couple, I could see crying women and pale-faced husbands. Especially Mark and Jeff, whose wives were pregnant, had faces covered in bruises. We lined up each of our husbands and had them filled out divorce papers almost simultaneously. Karen made sure that each person puts the document in his or her bag, then tells them. "Of course, I'll report this to the company as well." Then everyone pleaded,
"Please, don't do that."
in unison. You all may have forgotten, but I work in the Human Resources Department. In response to Karen's provocation, Mark, Bill, and Jeff's wives and I chimed in. We'll also sue the company with evidence. The threatening words made them all turn pale and tremble. Watching their reaction, I glared at them. "Well then, everyone, let's go home. Prepare yourselves, you scum. We'll collectively drag you down to hell." Leaving those 10 people in their underwear behind, we departed from the villa. Later on, my divorce with William was finalized. I managed to win $30,000 in compensation from William and $25,000 from his affair partner. It seemed Karen and Samuel, as well as Mark, Jeff, and Bill's wives, also had their divorces finalized. True to our declaration, we filed a complaint with the husbands' companies. The news of a 10-person adultery group within the company caused a commotion. The higher-ups took this matter seriously and demoted all of them. Unable to withstand the gossip within the company, they eventually resigned. William depleted his savings, faced disapproval from both sets of parents, and now lives in a rundown apartment while desperately searching for a new job. Upon hearing this, I couldn't help but think, serves you right. As for the cheating husbands, they're probably experiencing their own version of hell right now. On the other hand, I used the compensation to move, starting a new life. I'm still in touch with Karen, Mark, Jeff, and Bill's wives, meeting for tea regularly. Mark's and Jeff's wives' babies were born safely. What happened back then has become a laughing matter among us. From now on, I would like to cherish what I have left and move on with my life cheerfully.
The first child should definitely be a girl, right? That's what my mother-in-law insisted about the gender of her first grandchild.
No, it doesn't matter as long as the baby is born healthy.
Even so, my mother-in-law insisted on a girl. There is nothing I can do about it now. But my mother-in-law kept trying to make me give birth to a girl. My name is Regina. I'm a 33-year-old part-time housewife. My husband Adrian is 2 years older than me. We have been married for a year and live with my husband's parents. That's because we are saving up to buy a home. My mother-in-law originally suggested it to us because she had an extra room. We share the household chores and are comfortable without interfering too much with each other. My mother-in-law enjoys gardening. She has seasonal flowers, herbs for cooking, and cucumbers and other fruits in the summer. In winter, she takes a break from gardening, but she's always in the garden, decorating for Halloween and Christmas lights. It's all I have to look forward to. She says that, but it's so good that neighbors come to see it. Then one day, me, my husband, my mother-in-law and my father were having some coffee and tea after dinner. Oh, Regina, why don't you have your usual herbal tea? The raspberry tea, you mean? Tell me if we don't have any. I will get some from the garden. All the teas and spices in our house are homegrown by my mother-in-law. Thank you. I know it's short notice, but can I talk to you both for a second?
What's up, Regina?
I have some news. I'm having a baby. What? My parents look at each other in surprise. Regina, so I'm going to be a grandmother. Oh, what should I do?
I'm so happy my blood pressure is going up.
Whoa. You're excited to be a grandpa, aren't you?
Well, it is so exciting.
Right. So I thought I'd hold off on the raspberry leaf tea for a while I'm pregnant. Oh, why? I heard it can hasten labor. They say it's best to drink it late in the pregnancy and postpartum. I will have to be careful with medications, supplements, and herbs. Oh, yeah.
I gotta be careful too. Pregnant women have a lot of restrictions.
Thank you, Adrian. By the way, my mother-in-law's eyes lit up. Is it a boy or a girl? We just got our heartbeat, so we don't know the gender yet. Of course. Obviously, she's a little down. But then suddenly, oh, that's right. Regina, you should eat more meat. Meat? We are already done with dinner. It's okay. Pregnant women have to eat for two. That's how it used to be. Not anymore, though. Adrian, can you go get us a bunch of meat right now?
What's wrong with you all of a sudden?
Because the first one should definitely be a girl, right?
Oh? Meat? A girl?
We were all dumbfounded, not understanding what she meant, when my mother-in-law explained to us. If you eat a lot of meat, the baby inside your belly will be a girl. That's why Regina should only eat meat.
What? Mom, that's just a myth.
Isn't the mother the one who decides the gender? What superstition?
It's an old wives' tale. It's just a superstition because there's no science to back it up.
My mother-in-law and my husband started arguing.
Hey guys, can't you stop it? Don't you feel sorry for Regina?
Dad tried to stop her, but she didn't seem to hear him. Regina, your face is more tense than before you got pregnant. Did you know? When your face is tense, it's a boy. If it's soft, it's a girl.
No, it's more like an occult thing.
She's changed, you know. Well, if you're not gonna do anything, it's gonna be a boy.
Why not? What's wrong with having a boy?
The first one should be a girl. I want the second to be a boy. I don't really care which gender as long as the baby is born healthy. And the hospital told me to keep my weight under control and my diet balanced, so I was supposed to be happy to report my pregnancy. But I can't believe this is happening. I didn't know my mother-in-law was so concerned about the gender.
What's this I hear about eating meat and having a girl? Regina, go back to your room. Pregnant women get tired easily, right?
Thank you, Dad.
Your mother-in-law's just excited about her first grandchild. I'm sure she will calm down soon. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. I'm gonna let my husband take care of his mother. Whether it's a boy or girl, I'm sure my baby will be cute. I'm not going to worry about it too much. 3 months passed. The sickness is no big deal, so I'm still going out to my part-time job as before. I just feel unbearably sleepy and tired easily. My stomach is getting tight, and I feel inconvenienced more and more. I found out the gender of my baby. It was a boy. When I told my mother-in-law, she was very disappointed and sighed many times. I was also very disappointed seeing her like that. It was supposed to be a gift, but my husband and father got mad at her instead. Don't worry too much. Just think about having a healthy baby. One day, I was on my way home from work as usual. I was waiting at the traffic light at an intersection near my house when I saw someone coming out of the house. It was my husband's sister. She left home after getting married, but she often comes to visit us. She's cheerful and friendly, and so I like welcoming her. But she's acting a little strange today, isn't she? She's obviously acting suspicious. She seems to be looking around and is scared of something. She didn't notice me and ran away. What's wrong? I wonder. Did she see something scary in the house? I opened the front door fearfully. It's just as usual, I guess. I'm home. No answer. No one's home? I quietly go in and wash my hands at the sink. I'm still concerned about my sister-in-law's behavior. I wonder what happened. Maybe I should call her. Welcome home. Oh, what's wrong, Regina? You look like you've seen a ghost. Oh, so you were here, Mom? I just got back. Is something wrong? No, nothing. Hey, Regina. I made some herbal tea for pregnant women. Herbal tea? It's a little early for that, I think. It's a baby shower gift from me. Drink it every day, okay? She gives me a small jar filled with herbs and tea. Thank you, Mom. What's this herb for? This is it, warms you up, helps you sleep. Anyway, it's a good herb for pregnant women. Really? Is that so? You must drink it every day for the baby. Yeah, okay. Take it now. Just hurry up and take one. Should I hurry? Because the sooner the better. I want you to take a drink. Okay. Why don't you drink it with me? Well, it's not really for me, so Don't say that. I will get some cups. Wait in the living room, okay? And I go to the kitchen. I think there is something wrong with my mother-in-law. There is a note in the paperback. It says in scrawled handwriting, "Don't drink it. Get away from my mother." From Julia. This reminds me of my sister's desperate look earlier. What does she mean, get out? Is this herbal tea bad? Did my mother-in-law do something bad to the baby? I ran out of the house with the herbal tea and went straight to my sister's house. "Julia, I saw the letter and ran away." "Thank God you saw it. The tea's still here in the bag. You haven't had it yet, right?" "No." "Good. What the hell is going on?" "Well," she started talking with a scared look on her face. I couldn't believe my ears. Mom was in the kitchen, chanting a spell. A spell? Yes. She was grinding something and saying, "I will make it go away. I don't need it. I will make it go away." I was scared, but I called out to my mom, "Mom, what the hell are you doing here?" I had a bad feeling when I saw her getting upset. "What are you making?" I asked her, and she said, "It's an herbal tea for you." "I hope I misheard you, Mom. But weren't you saying something about making it disappear while you were making it? Did you really say that?" "Oh my God. I must be speaking absent-mindedly. Don't tell anyone." She said it without a hint of apology. What? Really? My mother was like a wicked witch. A witch who makes weird potions. A witch? I had an image of my mother-in-law boiling a cauldron of soup and putting in lizards and mysterious plants while cackling to herself. Julia looked disheartened. "I was so scared that I ran away. I'm sorry." "Don't apologize. Thank you for leaving the letter. If you hadn't, I'd been drinking herbal tea right now." "If you say so, thank you." Did my mother-in-law want to get rid of it that bad because she didn't want a baby boy? No way. But that's all I can think. If everything Julia said is true, it's not safe to live in that house anymore. We need to pack our things as soon as possible. But where do we go? I can't move fast with this big belly. I'm getting worried. Julia, what should I do? You have to be strong for the baby. Yes, that's right. If I want to protect the baby, I can't afford to be weak. Okay, how about this, Regina? Let's go back to the house together. And let's find out what this herbal tea is. Yes. My mother-in-law looked worried when I got home. Where did you go? Oh, were you two together? I ran into Regina right outside. I heard the news, so I bought a cake. Let's eat it together. Oh, thank you. Oh, Adrian and Dad are home. I will make the tea, so just sit down and relax, okay? Julia made tea and prepared the cake for everyone. Of course, only my mother-in-law's cup had the herbal tea that she had wanted me to drink earlier. She made it herself, so she's responsible if she gets food poisoning. I will let her taste it. If anything goes wrong, it's her fault. Bon appetit. After taking a bite of the cake and drinking the herbal tea. Oh, what's this? She looked as if she was about to throw up. The witch who had received our turkey soon melted away, except she didn't. Oh, bleh! So bitter! I knew it was no ordinary herbal tea. Oh, hey! What's this tea? That's what I want to ask you. This is a herb tea that you made and gave me. What? Julia told me. You were chanting that I'm no longer needed. What? You are saying that I did something bad? That's terrible. Huh? Don't play dumb with me. Yes, Mom. I saw you. I saw you making the herbal tea while saying you don't need it and cursing it. I heard you. Dad and my husband looked like they couldn't believe it. It's a misunderstanding. I really made this herbal tea for Regina. Did you have to make it so bitter and undrinkable? Oh no, isn't that what they say in the old days? The best medicine tastes bitter. That's what they say. My husband took a sip of the tea.
Whoa, it's really bitter. What kind of herb is this?
She didn't seem affected by his reaction. It's saw palmetto.
Saw palmetto? Aren't they used in male supplements?
They also have other medicinal properties, you know.
What that herb though?
She answered with a hopeful look. Because they turns boys into girls.
Huh?
I don't want to say this out loud, but they get rid of the boys' genitals. I've already decided that your first child will be a girl, so we can get rid of the one we don't need. When my husband and father-in-law heard that, their jaws dropped out of shock. How can that be possible? We will end up with a boy if we don't do something. So we have to do something. Mom, that information is a lie. I just looked it up, and it says that anemone is bad for pregnant women because it can cause health problems. Well, do you want it that bad? What? Then how do I get a girl? I'm losing my patience. I slammed my fist on the table. How can you do something like that? What if something bad happens to the baby? Regina, don't exaggerate. It's not good for your stomach. I told you I'm careful about what I put in my mouth, whether it's pills or supplements or herbs. I can't believe you. At that moment, my husband gently put his hands on my shoulder.
Let's all calm down and talk. Mom, I can't believe it either.
My husband speaks calmly, and my mother-in-law is laying everything out as if she's done hiding. Because I want our first grandchild to be a girl.
Mom, you know that what a pregnant woman eats and drinks can affect her baby, right? Why are you so obsessed with the baby's gender?
You see, I have other things in mind.
What other things?
Serving raw oysters to Regina so that the baby will have beautiful eyes, mayonnaise for beautiful hair, and so on.
Raw oysters?
Yes, I will get them for her.
Mom, it's old superstition, right? You really believe that?
And raw eggs to make the baby grow taller. When Adrian's father heard that, he was flabbergasted.
What? Raw eggs?
And then some anemone so that Regina and Adrian will stay close to each other.
What anemone? Are you sure about that?
Why are you so surprised?
Well,
What? The anemone that I picked at the park tasted good, didn't it?
Was it a wild plant from the park? Hey, we're not talking about whether it tasted good or bad, right? It's dangerous for a pregnant woman to eat something wild. Every year, there are cases where people mistake wild plants for edible herbs, which is dangerous.
Well, didn't people used to eat them in the old days?
It wasn't then like it is now. Besides, pregnant women aren't strong enough, so you never know.
But she's been fine, right, Regina? I'm fine, but it's too late for that. I don't want to eat something I don't have to eat. I'm feeling very anxious right now. I'm sure this mother-in-law will feed the baby whatever she wants, whether it's wild plants, medicine, or allergic food. She will feed it to my baby without thinking about the bad effects. I'm worried about living in the house with my mother-in-law. I can't forgive her for trying to cause my baby harm by believing in superstitions. Regina, I'm just nervous because it's my first grandchild. Trust me, I'm not an expert and I know what I'm talking about. I don't believe anyone who is trying to change the gender of my baby with some herbal tea. I'm sure the baby's listening to this conversation, even if he's still in my belly. What are you talking about? How can he be listening? Anyway, the danger is not up to us. I'm leaving this house because you don't understand. My father-in-law stopped her from saying anything.
Let's stop this. Regina, I'm sorry. Gladys, you're not allowed to make any more meals for her or make her drink some weird herbal tea.
Why can't I do that?
Enough! My future grandchildren won't like someone who believes in superstition and doesn't understand people.
No way! My mother-in-law said weakly and sank to her knees. I hope she will reflect on what she did. But we ended up moving out of the house before the baby was born. She never gave up, even though we had already told her so much. She told me that if I ate a lot of soy protein, my female hormones would increase, and that she wanted to accompany me during my ultrasound, and that if the baby came out, there was still a chance that it would be a girl. I decided that I would not live with her any longer, in order to protect the child. I will not subject my precious child to a mother-in-law who believes in superstitions. Let's assume she is gone for the time being. I'm thankful that my father-in-law and Julia are checking in on me. The newborn is a healthy, happy, and very cute baby boy. My husband said to me as I held him in my arms,
All I want is for him to be happy.
I know.
Do you want a boy next time? Or a girl? For me, either one is fine.
What? We are already talking about the next one? Although I was exhausted after giving birth, I couldn't help but smile at my husband, who is holding our son in his arms and talking happily. A few years later, we had more children than we could handle. They are all healthy and happy. I can say with certainty that all of them are adorable. I want them to be able to live their lives freely, regardless of their gender, because each of them has their own individuality